Holy shit, I don't know how so many things can happen in 24 hours. I'm sitting here and I'm like, what do I update you on? Do I update you on that I've finally figured out the next business that I want to put all my efforts into, which is probably about $100 million business, plus spiritually aligns with me, plus allows for me to get 1 minute of every person's day and make it 1% better every single day, completely free without ever selling anything to the customer, ever. So all the thing, and I can't tell you what it is, but I've got it perfectly down pat. And this is something so significant because for the last 2 years, I didn't really need money. I don't need a new business. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I have more things and freedom that I ever want to do with, but I wanted to leave an even bigger impact than I've already left an impact. And, a lot of people aren't necessarily looking to lose weight. So what are and what do human beings at the very core need personally? So do I tell you that? Or do I tell you about the book that I've been finally thinking about, and I've finally concreted what the book is, and it's in conjunction with this business as well? Or do I tell you that this next weekend has suddenly become a huge adult party where not only am I having potentially a boys' evening, like I spoke yesterday, with, a lot of things and substances that I've, indulged in before, but I am very clean cut currently, or the fact that the next day we might be having an adult party with me and several other women, all potentially working in the adult entertainment industry, and then there's a whole, shenanigans go on in Casa de Andrew? Or do I tell you about what I actually think is going to be super useful to you? So I'm going to train right now with a friend, an old friend, great guy, right? And if you haven't been watching, the current state of Andrew's life is right now, I am losing the last bits of fat, which I've put on over about 1.5 years of bulking. As a person that's been losing weight for ages, this has been really difficult for me, okay? This is not on. This is not on. This is not on. It's just not on. This is not on. Yes, I may look muscular. Yes, I may be, I have more muscle than I've ever seen on my life before. But if we're genuinely looking at this, this doesn't make me happy. So at the moment, we're getting shredded. And I've completed the bulk. In my head, I've completed the bulk. And yesterday, I had a bunch of rice and a bunch of chicken. Bunch of rice, bunch of chicken. I had so much rice. I feel so full right now. It's like, whoa. It's currently 4 p.m. the next day and I'm still really full. And I've only had like 200 grams of chicken so far. I think I'm going to train with a friend, and a lot of people train with people. A lot of people train by themselves. And I've always, majority of the time, trained by myself, but sometimes with people. And here's the biggest benefit of why I believe you and anybody should train with somebody at least once a week, at least once every 2 weeks. Here's the reason. The reason is most of the time when we lift weights, over time it can get boring. It's the same movement. But it's not the fact that it's boring. You could be kicking your own goals. You could be doing all that. But majority of the time, no one's looking. No one's paying attention. And a lot of the time, when you need to get to the next level, you need to lift heavier, for longer, harder. You need to push yourself more. And it's pretty difficult to push yourself. Not that it's impossible to push yourself, and if you've been watching, I've kind of helped you out on how you can push yourself, and I'll explain this on another day. But what you're actually trying to do is you're trying to break through your own limitations of what you thought was possible. And there's no better way than to do it with a friend. He or she lifts, then you lift. And naturally, we as human beings try to either show off in front of others or try and protect looking shit. Oh my God, I don't want to look bad. I'm going to lift heavy or lift better. this person is able to lift, maybe I'll try lift a bit more. So all of these things come in that sort of package. And when they do that in that package, then they go, oh, okay, and you suddenly lift 10, 20% better than you were before. Whether it be heavier, whether you have better form, whether it's whatever it is, when somebody is in the room and you guys are training together, you will automatically train 10 to 20% better as guaranteed. And when you train 10 to 20% better, when you go in the next day, it's going to be pretty silly for you to train shittily again, because you've just kind of proved to yourself that you've trained pretty good. So therefore, if you're feeling a bit, a bit stuck, a bit this, train with somebody once a week, once every 2 weeks. You get to hit like 3 birds with 1 stone. Not that you should be hitting birds. Don't hit birds. Especially female birds. Don't hit female birds. Unless they gave you consent. Then it's all right. Look, training with somebody is great. For some people, they can't even train without people. So then definitely train with people. But the next day I'll walk in personally when I'm training and I'll automatically start lifting better. And what I see is over time, if I don't have any human connection or train with somebody over months or maybe weeks, my training either stagnates or declines a little bit. In quality, in heaviness, in maybe non-boredom, all of that encompassed in the one. So the mental model is somewhere in 3 birds with 1 stone. You get your social. You also socialize with somebody that's up to something and trying to better themselves. So you're getting not only social, but you're getting quality social. And the 3rd stone is you get better at training. It's very simple. So you push heavier, you push harder, and you've got somebody there to be like, come on, I'll support you. They're there to kind of support you and give you a lifting hand to support together. Now, as I said yesterday, male relationships are difficult for me. So there's a bit of nervousness, but not really. And I don't know why, but it's present always for me. Like, human interaction with other males is never for me has never thus far over the last 5 to 6 years been not a nerve-wracking thing. And when I'm saying nerves, it might be just a little bit of nerves, maybe a little bit of nerves. It's not all, it's not a situation which I do a lot of. Therefore, it's almost like a new situation every time that I do it. So that's what's happening. That's what I'm doing today. All the other things that I told you in the start of the video is, yesterday was a massive day. And it all just came to me, and I'm so excited to share. But, I mean, this is huge. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the impact that it does. I'm in love with that it's all free for people. I'm in love that it has a really high exit, probably 100, maybe $200 million, which is nice, not necessarily for myself, but to be able to, give to other people as well and give back. Pretty good place. And I'm really happy with the business. And I do believe that this business, over and above any other business, has a really high integrity value on what it does deliver to human beings. And the fact that it's free, it's simply a no-brainer. Here is where I'm going to be releasing details first of it, when it does happen, which is great. But it's free, so it doesn't matter. I'm not selling you anything. So don't stress. I just want to give you kind of I want to show you the journey. So right now, I've finally got the thing in integrity. And anyway, I'll tell you all about it. But otherwise, I love you very much. Train with somebody. Haven't reached out to somebody. Haven't, maybe you've gotten stagnant with your exercise. Just be like, do you want to exercise together? Do you want to go walk together? Do you want to go run together? Something, whatever you enjoy doing, get it with somebody, and then that gives you motivation. Then you do that. Then you're like, I wasn't as bad as I thought. And then that gives you sometimes the big leg up to like, okay, and you push your training harder. Other than that, that's all I have to say today. And I'll see you tomorrow.